Hi everyone. So today's going to be the roughly look for, but not a full look, if that makes sense. I have this beach hat that I've had maybe 2 years. I like it, I really do, but it's not exactly what I want. So it's one of those things where, hello, where it is. Now I'm going to ruin my hair. Anyways, I mean that's cute, but when I usually wear it, it always goes like this. And I'm like, I don't want it to look like that. I want it to be a little bit more like American Horror Stories Coven, like nice, big, flat brim. So I have, this is actually kind of cute, but I can always hold it like that. I have some wire from a 3D design art class because I keep wanting to say art history for some reason. And so with this wire, which is a little bit of a thicker gauge, I'm hoping to put it on the brim. And if that doesn't work, because it flops, I'm going to probably put some here and then do some triangle action. And then I also have this cotton flannel to cover over it, so it's a little bit more. God, this is actually kind of cute, but usually when I wear it, it doesn't look like that. To cover it and make it more witchy and, because Halloween is approaching. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. The first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to measure out the outer circumference with the wire before I cut it. Just as a safety tip, when you cut it, there's always gonna be one end that's a little pointy. So if you don't want that end, you're gonna have to clip it. Just remember that end again is pointy, sharp. True story. When I was taking the 3D design class, my best friend, as we all know, Martha, stabbed herself with the wire by accident. Yeah. So, you have to be really careful. The first thing I did was create a small loop that bent back onto the hat to get this anchored, since it's most likely possible that if I didn't do that, when I stitch it on, it can slide out. So I wanted to make sure it was anchored. I will do it to the other end when I get to that part, because I'm going to stitch around, keeping the wire as much as possible on the edge of the hat. So now that the wire's on, I'm laying it down, and I realize I probably should have done this while it was flat and before I put the wire in. It's a little warped, but it's okay. I am going and marking around the edge, and then lifting up the hat a little bit to mark the inside edge a little bit, and then of course doing seam allowances. I did 1/2 inch seam allowance. Right sides are still together, because usually that's how fabric is given to you at the market. At the store, it's given to you right sides together, so I just kept it that way, and I'm gonna stitch it now. So while I'm stitching, I run out of bobbin thread. So after rewinding the bobbin with a new set of thread, I went back to work on stitching the whole outer edge of the brim. So it definitely needs to be tightened. So when I pull this in to stitch it, I'm gonna have to tighten it. I might also have to cut these as well, like I did to the top, to get it to fit. Hopefully more snugly. I'll probably pull from the bottom more from the top. So yeah, I mean I like the way the underneath looks. So then I gotta figure out how to do the top. And I have leftover lining from another project, so I'm gonna see if I can use that for the lining on the inside, because I don't want to use the cotton, because I mean it was already kind of messy, but it's got worse. Yeah, so I'll be stitching that. So the top is now attached. So what I'm gonna do is do the same thing where I go across and like pull this really tight and pin it down. Of course, doing it one bit at a time. That's gonna be a little hard because I'm worried about this. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and then stitch that down. But I'll probably do that tomorrow. So I'm not even done stitching it, and it's like a mushroom, and so I'm gonna take this out and do it again tomorrow because I am done. I'm done. So I thought I'd do an update because it's already day 8 and I thought I'd be done by now, but I'm not. Yeah, so I just need to do this. I have it stuffed with stuff to make it harder so I can put fabric over the top and then figure out the darting and all that stuff. So then I can cut it out and pin it and sew it, and then also copy that pattern for the lining, because I have, like I said, I have lining somewhere. Don't know where it is. I'm hoping to get this done soon. I'm really tired of this. I did get ribbon to put along the seam here and actually to put on the inside to tie for windy days, but as you can tell, I'm tired. I'm done. I just thought this was only going to take 5 and it's taking 8. Yeah, so let's get into doing this. So I didn't film it, but I sewed in ribbon ties, and I also sewed in the lining to make it more slick so the original hat doesn't pull my hair and give me too much hat hair. But yeah, I'm glad it's done finally. Yeah, so there's the back of the hat, and can't wait to show you for the reveal.